Hi, I'm Ed.
I'm Ashley. We're in Tucson, Arizona.
And you're watching the Grace Hopper Celebration of Women in Computing 2009 series of Ed and Ashley's 5-Minute Show. Hi, I am joined with Joe Miller, who gave us a great workshop on becoming a person of influence yesterday on the first day of the conference. So Joe is going to give us some reasons about why we want to be a person of influence.
Thank you, which you absolutely do want to be. You want to be a person of influence, and here's why. At this point in your career, you've probably encountered a situation like this. So you're sitting in a meeting, and person A, first person, comes up with a great idea, but it's as though nothing ever happened. No one listens, no one pays attention, and the conversation just keeps rolling along. Well, of course, what happens 5 minutes later, person B puts forward the same great idea, but this time the reaction is very different. It's like it's the greatest idea anyone's ever heard, and people's eyes open wide, their jaw drops to their knees, and person B is hailed as this ingenious visionary and is tasked to lead this bold new initiative. And when the initiative is a raving success, person B is granted all the accolades that goes along with that success. So meanwhile, person A is left sitting in the meeting wondering, what the heck just happened? Did this person just steal my great idea? So having observed and coached and shadowed many women in the workforce, I really have a pet theory about what's going on here. So my pet theory is, imagine for a moment that person A is the type of person that comes to meetings just a couple minutes after the meeting has begun. They take a seat toward the outer edges of the room, and they don't bring talking points, and they don't speak up within the first 3 to 5 minutes in the meeting, so that they're not giving themselves a voice and a seat at the table. And it's as though this person is waiting for someone to call on them to offer an opinion, even when it's their own area of subject matter expertise. It's like they're waiting for permission to speak up. So that's person A. Now, person B, on the other hand, could be the type of person who arrives at meetings a couple minutes early and greets everyone as though they're the host. They bring some talking points and they make a point of speaking up in the first few minutes of the meeting, thereby establishing a voice in the room. It's as though they've granted themselves a seat at the table. So this is the type of person who walks into a room as though they belong there, and they carry themselves with a certain air of confidence and authority. And what you'll notice is over time that people start to tune into that. People start to respond to this person as though they are an influencer and a credible authority, so that when person B puts forward a great idea, people are already tuned in to be responsive to this person's leadership and influence. And it's though they're predisposed to hear whatever it is that person B has to say. So the fundamental truth at the heart of all forms of influencing is this idea that our behavior teaches people how to treat us. And it's often said that first impressions really count. I certainly believe they do. But I just don't think first impressions count as much as the cumulative impact of all of the little impressions you make every day that can demonstrate that you are a person of influence.